brake systems up. The last couple days I've been working on all of the auxiliary stuff, all of the clutches, the radiator hoses. I've gotten all these redone. You can see all of the new fittings, all new nuts and bolts. You can see all these guys shining now. And now we're on to the home stretch. I got wheels and tires on. There's a few more things that I have to attack, and one of the big ones is all of the brakes. All the brakes on this barn find Ducati were nasty. And you can even tell from the headlight, this was a barn find. This was completely fogged up. I spent almost 4 hours trying to get this defogged, but whatever has built up in there, I can't get it with a degreaser, stiff brushes. It's really etched into the glass. So, see, I'm almost there. Got brand new tires, everything on, good to go. Just got to get the brakes done. And then it's boom, 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 ready to go. And you can see up here that we got fairings. I need to give these a good clean. I got a great deal on a set of OEM fairings. Got the tank painted to match, as well as the airbox. You can see a little bit of overspray up there. But got all these bins. They were all chock full. They're starting to look a lot emptier now. So we're getting to the close of this project. But as you can see, there's one bin that is quite full, and that's what we're going to be working on today. It's just refreshing all these brakes, getting them cleaned out, pushing the pistons out, get them mounted, just finding out what we need to do to get things ready. So I'm going to go ahead and set you guys down while I go get the brake calipers, and then we'll go ahead and get started. So let's see here. Let's get this flipped around. There we go. Set up here. So get this. There we go. Something like that. Cool. And you guys might hear me get a little quiet while I'm working because I'm actually filming. Let's see. Is this good enough view for you guys? I think so. Yeah, it's an okay view. Yeah, sweet. But yeah, just let me know if you guys are interested in anything, have questions, and let's get rocking. All right, I'm gonna get my other camera ready because for some of you guys that have watched my channel know that right now you guys are a part of the behind the scenes right now. So right now I'm filming. And I might get quiet every now and then because I'm gonna be working and trying to get like the sounds, the ASMR of me rebuilding the brake calipers. But for the most part, I'll be talking to you guys. And if you guys have any questions about anything like bike related, whether it's Ducati or not, just let me know. And let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna go ahead and bring over the brake calipers. This is the last big bin. It's full. There we go. And that's what we're attacking today. This is the last bin of stuff. We got some brake pads. Set those off the side. Rear brake pads, I know these aren't like EBC or anything fancy. It was just to get some brake pads. I think these were like, I think it was like 30 bucks for the whole pack for front and rear, which is kind of a little bit alarming, but I'm not a novice rider and I can deal with shitty equipment. And then new brake hose stuff. And then these were actually reservoirs from my friends that I rebuilt, and I kept them because all his caps looked really good. His reservoirs were all yellow, but his caps were really in decent condition. And I'm glad I did because all the caps in this thing, look at that. That was nasty. Fuck that. So it's nice that I can just, I know it's not a complete like upgrade, but it's at least I can make it look a little bit better. So that's a nice thing that I remembered. He had gotten all brand new, fresh OEM ones, so I'm trying to keep this balling on a budget style. But got a bunch of stuff to unpack here. So let's see what we got. And again, when I was disassembling this bike, I was just ripping off parts. So a lot of things are just together. I haven't fully taken them apart. Like here's all the throttle housing, handlebars and everything. So I'm gonna have to kind of work my way through this. And this is the last stage, so I'm not only restoring these, I'm cleaning them, deep cleaning them. I have some levers on order that are gonna be here in a few days. I have new brake lines. Got these special ordered because I didn't want to buy OEM ones which were absorbent. Yeah, let's go ahead and get this one out. This one I took off. So let's see here. That's the rear. This is the front. Yeah, this one, I don't even know if this was supposed to be gold or if this was supposed to be silver, but that is tarnished and nasty. I don't know if you can see that. That is gross. I just reminded me, I should probably put on gloves. For some of you guys out there, you might have a metal allergic reaction, or I have a metal allergy, and I think it's to aluminum, raw aluminum. But I'm not sure. But anytime I'm messing with stuff out in the garage for an extended period of time, like any sort of motorcycle parts, especially if I'm rotating or putting in some screws or bolts, I always get a rash on my hand, and I'm like, ah, fuck. And so it's just one of those things I always forget to put on gloves. But I got these gloves on Amazon, and they're cheap. It was like, I think it was like $9 for a pack of 50. And I'm in love with these things because I normally just go to like Harbor Freight and grab whatever they have. But these are like textured. As you can see, they fit my hands really well. Like normally I'll have to go with a large because my palm is not fat, but it's just apparently my fingers are really short. But these fit me so well. Like the thumb's a little bit long, but I'm really happy I got these things. And if you need gloves, go to Amazon. I think the box, yeah, here's the box. Thor grip. It's kind of intimidating. It's not Thor grip. But yeah, and you'll be seeing me use a lot of these bags. This is from a company called Metric. I only deal with Japanese or Italian or European bikes, so I'm only using metric fasteners. And it's hard to go down to Ace Hardware and find a bolt because it's metric. Or in the US, it's always SAE. There's only a few selection of metric. And I have to special order from Metric, but they're so much cheaper. This was probably like, I don't know, $1. This from the factory probably like $40, $10 a bolt. So these guys have really saved me. Yeah. What's up, man? Sorry. Lindsay say ball. Lynn said ball. I don't know how to say the thing, but oh, thanks, man. But yeah, dude, this is a good tip if you need bolts for your bike. Go to bellmetric.com. This is not sponsored or anything. It's just they've saved me so much damn money because on a few of the older bikes that I did, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be an OEM snob and order all OEM bolts, and it's just hundreds of dollars. But like I said, this was probably like $1. The biggest order I've ever done is like 80. I think it was almost 100 bolts, and I only paid like, I think it was like $40. So it's cheap. You're saving a lot of money going with them. All right, let's see what else we got in here. Just old rags. This was probably the first bin that I filled up, and it's definitely the last bin I've looked at. Like, look at that. That's nasty. This ain't doing too much. The lid's not too bad, but yeah, I think I actually bent this when I was trying to get it off. I think it's okay though. It's a little bit bent. I might have to bend it back, but we'll see after we kind of give it a deep clean. All right, let's see. All right, what else we got? Here's a rear caliper. Oh man, look at that. That's rusted out. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm gonna have to do some definite TLC. Oh, look at that. Pads are rusted. There's a scorpion or a spider up in there. I don't know if you can see that. Classic barn find, but yeah. Remember this color. It won't be this color after we're done. I'm kind of nervous. Maybe it will be. I don't know. But let's see here. We got another. This is throttle side cable. This is the one that's bent. Have any of y'all ever bent back aluminum bar? I've always just bought new handlebars, but these handlebars are a little bit, as I talk, I almost knock out a bolt. These bars are specialty because one, they have the cutouts. That's not that special, but they have another cutout on the inside. And I was just like, maybe I can bend this back, but I've never dealt with like bending back metal. I just buy the new parts, but this is one of those bikes that there's not really a lot of value in these bikes. A lot of people don't like them. This isn't a special SPS version. This is just the base by, what was it, by Posto version, which is like the base model. So I'm trying not to spend a bunch of money, but that's the one thing I forgot. I haven't ordered this, but maybe I can bend it back. I don't know. We'll see. All right, and then we got our clamps. I just put these away so they're out of the way. Gotta freshen those up. What else is in here? We got old. See, this is the example. So was this? Oh, this, I actually ordered this from someplace else. I think this was just an Amazon seller because they came to me faster. Yeah, here you go. M10, the 4. Oh yeah, and that's the clutch bolt that has the bleeder top. Yeah, and then these are gonna be new for the other stuff. I already put the bleeder screw on there, but this is junk. This can go outside. We got a few O-ring or tie downs. More tie downs, old washers that we don't need, and then front brake calipers. All right, let's take a quick look at this. Oh, that doesn't look. This is dirty. Doesn't look like anything's like full on rusted. It doesn't look too bad. Master cylinder looks like it might have been leaking a little bit. You can see the gunk up there, but look at that lid, and all the bolts are rusted on that. So I'm gonna probably replace that with the other one, and I'll replace these lines as well. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. We've kind of seen what we gotta do. I'll show the camera real quick. I always forget to show the camera. I start talking to you guys and I forget that I'm also filming. Look at those petrified spiders. Yummy. I don't even know what's in there on this side. That's gross. It's just eggs of, it's crazy. Like there's always eggs of spiders where it looks like they hatched and then they died and then they petrified. Like that's always a telltale sign of a good barn find, when you have like, obviously like alien predator going on, or they're just like, I'm free and then I'm dead. It's like, oh, that's great. Get to deal with that later, but yeah, let's go ahead and just set these here for right now. I think I'm gonna start, I kind of want to just go ahead and get these out of the way, get them cleaned up so I can just go ahead and put them on the bike just so they're out of the way, because there's not much to these, and I don't know, I want to get these out of the way and then I'll deal with the handle grips. So we'll do that. Let me set this down. Set this down out of the way. So you're number 1. Let's see here. You're gonna have fluid. We'll do fluid stuff next. So we'll go for the low-hanging fruit of getting the clamps and stuff on. But before I take them off, I'll loosen this stuff, and then we'll get that. There's the clamps. All right. Make a bit of room. What do we need? Let's go ahead. Get this guy off. That's low-hanging fruit enough. But how are you guys out tonight? What are you guys doing? Do you guys have any project bikes you're working on? This is my first vintage. No, I take that back. I don't know if you call it. Well, I guess it was actually older than this one. There it is. Okay. I had a 1990 FCR 400 that I rebuilt. That one I had to take the head off. I had to send out the cylinders to redone. I had to get a whole new cylinder head, new piston rings, new valves, and I was young and stupid. I was like, oh, this won't take too long. It'll be fine. Yeah, that was a terrible idea. But there we go. Break that loose. There we go. And like I said, this is just low-hanging fruit, just trying to get started. All right, come out of there. See, and this is the part that I'm like, because it's got this specialty cutout, because it's hollow up until I think right here, and it's got a groove cut out, and I don't have any sort of Smith machine or anything, but I don't know. All right, so what do we need? We need Phillips. That's a tiny Phillips. I don't think I need to do anything with that. Ooh, that thing's stuck. This is the, when you warm the bike up in the morning, you have, well, that one needs some WD-40, but when you warm the bike up in the morning, instead of just trying to rely on a choke setting, this is a throttle like switch that opens the throttle just a tiny bit. It opens it just a little bit, but right now that switch is seized. So we'll have to see what we can do with that. Let's go ahead. All right, so this is nice. Got that off. I think I'm gonna set that aside, clean that. You come over here, you come over here. Always gotta keep track of your bolts. At the end of all this, I'm gonna look through how many bolts it is. I'm gonna order another big order from Bellmetric, just so the OEM bolts are nice. They're not completely rusted, but you know, at the end of the day, I want all the bolts to be matching. Just one of those OCD things. So yeah. All right, let's do Phillips and an 8. That's the other nice thing about this bike that I found. It's really down to a couple things, like a number 5 Allen, and then a number 8 socket or a head. Sorry, I can't talk while I'm trying to find bolts or sockets and stuff. Oh man, and this thing's starting to crap out me on my 1/4 inch ratchet. It keeps locking up and jacking up on me. I'm like, dude, I'm almost done with this project. Why are you fucking up on me now? Let's see. It looks a little bit big. No, that's actually pretty good. All right, a little bit driver. There we go. And then a tiny screw head. Because I don't think I need a tiny. That one, this one, yeah, I'll probably need it. Let's see what we can find. No, it's not very shallow. Not very deep. I might have to get my specialty toolkit out. I don't know if you guys do what is it? Oh, what type of dirt bike is it? Oh, no, it's not a dirt bike. What are you talking about, dude? This is full-on Italian love. This is a 2000 Ducati 748. And the 748 is the displacement. They kind of didn't play with names too much back then. But this bike is famous because they had 4 bikes, a 748, a 916, a 996, and a 998 for several years. But you know what they changed? Nothing. Maybe they did a few upgrades for suspension, but the only thing they changed was they made the cylinders bigger and they added an oil cooler. It was kind of crazy. They had so many years of all these different style and size bikes, but nothing was different about the entire bike other than the cylinders and then maybe the suspension on the higher end ones, and they added an oil cooler. It was crazy. So these bikes are nice for like rebuilding, because a lot of people that find them, they just end up parting them out. So there's always a good amount of parts for them. So that's kind of cool. That's what kind of drew me into this one. But no, oh yeah, the color. Yeah. We got the Gaillard, I think it's Galileo. I don't know, I don't speak Italian, but it's the yellow. Because these bikes come in 2 different colors. You can see actually the OEM fairings over there, but they are shit. So I found a whole nother set of OEM ones for cheap, which was rare. And those are the pretty yellow ones. And actually, I don't know which one's more valuable. I don't know if it's the red or if it's the yellow that's more valuable. I kind of like the yellow because it pops a little bit more. And red is synonymous with Ducati. So it's just, I don't know, it's kind of nice. Let's see. I don't necessarily need to remove that right now. I can just take this apart. So right now I'm just doing all the low-hanging fruit. I'm trying to get just parts off because we're working on redoing the brakes. Over here there's a pile of nasty brake calipers and stuff that I have to attack. Oh, that's good. It's always iffy with stuff that's been sitting, because when you're trying to take apart things, if it's a stubborn bolt and it's a small piece that you're holding, kind of like this handlebar, I have no like leverage. I'll have to like put it in the vise or something. Oh, this thing's fucking, look at this. It keeps switching out of gear, but even when it's in gear, it doesn't want to work. So, oh, there it goes. Stuck again. Come on. Ah, damn it. Well, I have to go old school. I might just grab the socket and do the bit driver option. I think I'll go ahead and do this. I think the 1/4, what is this, made by Husky? No, this is Pittsburgh. Oh, can I take this back to, dude, this is Pittsburgh. I can totally take this back to Harbor Freight. Be like, hey, your shit is breaking on me. Where's my bit driver? There it is. Bit driver. Yeah. this, it's funny, all my Husky tools, I got like a long ass time ago, just a cheap Husky toolkit. All those tools have been great. I have yet to round out anything or break anything or things quit working. Now they are getting worn, but nothing's broken. All right, there's no spiders in there. No spiders. Okay. That was been the. There's a little bit of web or something in there. This barn find, this was sitting up in Ohio. I think it was Ohio. It was way up north somewhere comparatively to Texas. It hadn't been sitting up there I think it had been sitting in this guy's barn for 10 years. But he really loved it because it was in terrible shape, but I know this guy loved it and he didn't want to give it up because he was trying everything he could to keep it running. Like he was putting the wrong size tires on the bike. He was zip tying a bunch of things. Like he really wanted to keep it on the road. Looks good, the color. Yeah, the yellow. Oh, TTR 125. Hey, that's those trail race. I rode a TTR 250 and I learned how to do like small wheelies on that thing. One of my friends had one of those. Those are fun bikes because they're not like the actual like fast, what is it, 2-strokes. They're a little bit more friendly, or I don't want to say friendly, just more forgiving. And so you don't have to worry about like a 2-stroke style motor where it's just so abrupt. I don't know if you've ever ridden a 2-stroke. Those things are wild. They're just torque monsters. Like on the TTR, you can hammer on the gas and it's, whoa, that's fun. But a 2-stroke, you hammer on the bike will flip because it has so much torque. You have to really watch what you're doing. And it kind of reminds me, like if you've ridden a 2-stroke, I don't know, 250, like you're okay to ride a 1000cc bike because those dirt bikes have so much torque that they're just ready to flip the bike. And that's the same thing for big cylinder. I gotta remember that. So long towards the button. All right, survey says, but yeah, if you've ridden, there we go. There we go. All right, so that's the bend. It's an okay bend. I honestly don't know if it's supposed to be like that. I haven't checked the other one, but it's scuffed up like it got bent, but hopefully it's not bent. Hopefully that's what it's supposed to be. Normally they're always straight, but I don't know, this is an older bike, so I'm not sure. Now let's check this out. Everything looks good in there. Check the buttons. Buttons work. Yep. Oh, hear a Ducati in the background. All right, big screw goes up front. Yeah, it's a Ducati, and what else do you hear? I don't know if I hear an R1 or not, but yeah. But yeah, dude, dirt bikes are fun to start out on. If you're really loving, or if you really want to do street bikes, I do highly recommend starting out on a dirt bike because they're just a little bit more forgiving. You're obviously starting out on the dirt, not like your neighborhood street where you could just run into a light pole real quick and it changes everything. All right, so now let's get into this side. Yeah, this one's not really bent, so I think that one's bent. So let's get over here. Where did that other bolt go? I don't know. We'll figure it out. And these are all 5s, like I was saying. Everything needs either 5 or a 8mm. Oh man, that one's stuck. Come on, get out of there. There we go. Nice. So is anybody else riding? Or what would you say? I've crashed once because it was wet, but it was fine. I was just like, yeah, dude, wrecking is not fun, whether it's dirt, street, whatever. Was it in the dirt that you wrecked on a TTR? Were you like out riding the street? Or did you just like go down the mud? Oh, there we go, that one's much better. Yeah, I think that one's definitely jacked. All right, so this one goes here. This one goes here. Yeah, it was the dirt. Yeah, a little bit forgiving, but it still hurts. I know so many people, because I ride sport bikes and I've ridden them for a long time, and I did a lot of track days. I got really good, wanted to do some racing, but that shit's expensive. But in my time riding and racing, the tempo, or the kind of synonymous thing to do for like serious racers, was summertime all the way into winter, you ride track days. But when it comes to wintertime, everyone goes dirt. Everyone starts to ride dirt track because it's so much more physically demanding, and it keeps you like what they call bike fit. Not necessarily like, oh, I go to the gym and work out, but you're fit and strong on a bike. All the movements that a motorcycle requires, you're strong with those. And so a lot of guys would do dirt bike riding at tracks and trail riding, but I can't tell you the amount of times that those people are like, yeah, I just got a dirt bike. I'm going to be doing all winter ride to get me ready for next season, make sure I'm strong. How many of those guys broke collarbones, wrists, hands? And you know what it's from? Is when you fall on a road bike, you slide, you instantly slide. But on a dirt, you're gonna stop. And so when you get high-sided on dirt, or if you low-side, you put out your hands, but instead of sliding, like when you have on race gloves, your gloves will slide on the concrete, but in dirt, everything stops. So it ends up either hurting your hands, your wrist, your collarbone if you hit with your shoulder. But one of the most common ones was collarbone breaks and collarbone sprains. It was crazy. Like, I always recommended to my friends, they're like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go with such and such to start riding dirt this way. I'm like, don't do it. Just wait till it warms up. Don't get a dirt bike. Because like I tell them, it's dirt bikes are one thing, street bikes are another. If you start on dirt and move to street, I think you're safe. But if you start on street and move to dirt, you really gotta be careful and be very humble, because you just assume like, oh, it's the same thing. It's not a big deal. But it is not the same thing. And it is kind of a big deal when you have to pay thousands of dollars in medical bills. Because I actually lived in Thailand for a bit, and I did a dirt bike tour with one of my Thai friends that lived out there. I had that same mentality. Yeah, there's a fence nearby too. So, oh, my head. Don't have a fence, but it was like overgrown grass, so I just slid a bit and then stopped. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's good. Always wear your gear, because even the smallest falls will jack you up. Like I was at a track day once, and a guy was trying to load up his motorcycle onto the ramp, and he was only like maybe a foot off the ground, but he stumbled, and him and the bike kind of fell over, and everyone was like, oh, he fit. But what had happened was the peg had gone through his thigh, because when he fell, the bike fell onto him, but he had race pegs on, which are solid pegs. They don't fold when they hit the ground. It's just a solid peg, and it went straight through his thigh. And everyone was like, oh my God, blah, blah. But the scary part was, I think it hit his femoral artery, because a huge puddle of blood just developed. And then everyone was like, all right, everyone back. And luckily, I say luckily because road racing is very expensive. And if it's very expensive, you only get a lot of people that are very wealthy to do it. And sure enough, there was 3 doctors out racing that day. One was a cardiologist. One was a bone rehabilitation. The guy that does replacement elbows and knees and stuff. And I forgot what the other guy was, but that other guy was to do with like trauma. I think I don't know what that is, trauma. But anyways, those 3 guys got over there. They were grabbing things because the ambulance hadn't even got over there, but they all knew what had happened. A couple guys were grabbing things, wiping alcohol on him, and trying to get whatever was in his legs to stop bleeding. And then finally, when the ambulance got over there, there was like an old lady and a really young kid. And they're like, what the fuck? Like some old lady that, oh yeah, come over here, let her, like, you're supposed to be fit and ready to do your job. But this young girl was just wide-eyed, scared, terrified, because this guy was about to bleed out in like a minute. And luckily those 3 guys were just like grabbing tools from him and like working on him, and they saved his life. But again, small falls can kill you. So yeah, I don't know. Rant over, sorry. But yeah, shit's crazy. Hey, what's up? BJ. I'm terrible at saying tag names. But yeah, just be careful no matter what. Don't underestimate stuff. I got sucked into that as well. I'd been riding track days for a long time, and I wasn't feeling it for some reason. Like I was just really tired one morning. I was like, I'll just go out there, take it easy, blah, blah, blah. And first lap out, end up wrecking, bumped my arm, and like I slid. I probably wrecked at 80 miles an hour, but that's not very fast when you're on the track because you can slide or whatever. I slid, but when I slid, I went over the curbing, the red and white things. And when I hit, I don't know if my elbow was just off the side of the pad in my elbow, but I hit it and I was like, fuck, I can't move my arm right. I'm done for the day. So like just little things that you don't think about can ruin the day. Anyways, this grip looks pretty good. I might even reuse these grips. I normally replace grips, but I don't know. They're pretty torn up. Grips are pretty cheap. I'll probably just replace these. I haven't ordered any of those, but yeah, that sucker's definitely bent. Dang, I was hoping it wasn't. I have no idea. That's so close to the tip. I don't even know if I can bend that back. I'll have to remove this cap. I don't know if I can remove it, but yeah, that's bent. Dang it. So if you guys just got in, I'm just rebuilding some brakes, and right now I'm in the disassembly phase. I'm trying to get lines and stuff off, get fluids and stuff out. So once I put it back on the bike, I can just put it all back on. It's all clean, flush brake fluid through, and we'll be good to go. But yeah, is there anybody out there working on other bikes or wanting to ride bikes? Or I say bikes like bicycles. It is definitely not the same thing. All right, let's go ahead. What should I do first? I'll empty this, drain this, or soak it up, whatever you want to call it. This stuff is nasty. Brake fluid is bad for paint, bad for your skin. It stinks. Oh, of course, I can't get it out. There it goes. It stinks. Like, it smells nasty. All right. Actually, the funny part is this isn't even the nasty stuff because I had to use this particular line to push out one of my clutch master cylinders pistons because I was rebuilding my clutch master slave cylinder. That's the piston that pushes in the clutch. So this isn't even that bad. This one's pretty dirty still. Let's see if I can get this to drain. Get this to pump. There we go. There we go. There goes all that fluid. Let's see if I can get it to drain a little bit more. You can hear it pumping. All right, let's see if I can get it to drain anymore. All right. Well, good news is it sounds like the cylinder in this is pretty free. It's not stuck, which is good. Because a lot of times when I'm rebuilding things, I have to do a piston rebuild, but these bikes don't have rebuild kits because they're a specialty size. There's some people like, oh yeah, KTM makes it, but when I looked into the parts, were like, oh, no longer made. I'm like, what? How the fuck do you have like pistons and not use a typical size? But in Ducati's defense, these were the true original super bikes. Like that's the name of these. They call these the super bike, and you call them a super bike, and then the name of their displacement, 748, 916, 998. Like, there's nothing fancy about it, which was kind of cool, because you don't have to worry about the ZX, blah, 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 or FR, blah, 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 blah. It's just the name and then the displacement. No marketing gimmicks behind it at all. Clean this guy off. Yeah, sweet. What's up, guys? Destroyer 890. Such a badass name. The Destroyer. Do you guys have your own channels? Do you guys ever go live? I don't normally go live, but if I know I'm going to be doing something like where I'm stationary for a long time, I'll just kind of see what everybody's up to, because it's just nice to just talk. Sometimes it's almost like journaling. You're just talking randomly. And look here. All right, there we go. Let's get this pushed back in. If it wants to push back in. Man, this thing has been extended for so long it doesn't want to retract. There it goes. Nice. Clean this lid. I think this lid is okay. I think it's usable. Usable. And then the collar. I think they call this a collar. Not sure. Collar and something like this. Oh my God. Brake fluid. Nah, that goes in like that. That goes in like that. Like that. Let me put this over here. All right, so let me see if I can get this off. This is a perfect example. This looks pretty torqued on. I don't know if I can get that all the way off. What is it, 12? 12 maybe? Or is it a 13? They always use fucking random ass. All right, it's a 12. Let's see. Let's see if I can just do it right here. See if I can do this. Oh, nope. I might have to use some impact tools. There we go. Impact. Oh, did I not charge my stuff? Hold on. I don't know if I have battery power. No. Come on. Give me at least one light. One light. These are great, but they're not great when you don't charge them. And I'm bad about not charging them. What did I say? Was it 12? Let's see. 13. That's a 12. Let's see here. That is a perfect example. Like, it would be easy to remove this when it was on the bike, but I wasn't thinking that far ahead. Let's see. All right, let's see. If I can do this. All right, nice. Sweet. Like I said, when you encounter barn finds, you never know what's gonna stick and what's not gonna stick. I don't have enough sub-yes. You need. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't remember. I just remember, like, because my channel has been super slow growing. Like, I think I'm at like almost 7,000 now, but that's over almost 8 years. And I only got the majority of my subscribers after I finished a S1000 rebuild, like, you know, the BMW S1000s. And it was a brand new bike, so it was like really keyword heavy, as in like everyone wanted to see that bike, so it just popped off and I got a bunch of subscribers from that. But yeah, other than that, like, it's been pretty slow. Maybe, what is it, maybe like 100 subscribers or maybe 50 a month, which is, that's really good, but comparatively to what I'm used to. Oh, come on. Oh man, look at that. Look at that brake fluid that's coming out of these lines. Yeah, I probably should have flushed these before I took them apart. That'd have been smart. Oh, look at that. That's nasty. That's nasty. Those things are completely clogged. I'm glad I got new bolts for those. Oy, those are nasty. And the clutch side, this is the clutch side, this is the brake side. This is the clutch side. Yeah, the clutch side is notorious for getting black, because I think it's because it heats up the clutch master cylinder, or the slave cylinder, and all that rubber just kind of comes back. You can see it's just black. It's black. I feel bad for this table. This is one of those Husky workbench tables. It's not a bench, but it's an adjustable bench that goes up and down. But I give zero fucks about this table. And sometimes I'm like, oh, it looks so nice in wood, but then I like pour brake cleaner on it and I'm drilling on it and just don't give a fuck. Oh man, that is nasty. Let me see if I see some stuff down in there. Get some of the old pick action. See what we can find in there. There's spider web eggs on this thing. Ugh. Spider web, let's see, what is that? What is that? Oh man. That does not look good. There's some stuff down in there. I'm gonna have to spray some stuff in there. Let's see what I mean. Alright, I'll have to see. Spray some WD-40 up in there. And give it a little shaky shake. Well, at least it's moving. I think that's the biggest thing, is it's moving. I've dealt with enough of these that sometimes I just don't even move. All right, so that's apart. All right, this is off. All right, let's get, I'm gonna develop all these. All right, see if we have any more. Yeah, there we go. All right, guys, I'm just holding the brake line up. See what I can get out of here. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Anybody else want to come out? Just so I don't have a bunch of leakage everywhere. Well, that's good that it's free flowing. It's coming down the line. That means the line isn't too clogged. So I can reuse this line. Because I only bought a replacement rear line because that thing, someone decided to route it the wrong way and got all jacked up. Let's see. All right, that's good. All right, let's just put some stuff around this one. This is just precautionary. This was this one. So I gotta remember this is clutch side. Clutch side is not complex. It's just a straight shot. Straight shot. Put that over here. Alright, still gotta take this out. What is that? Maybe 8? I think it looks like 8. 8 and a 4, maybe? Oh, what am I doing? I have it right here. Forgot this bit driver. Let's see. Is that a 4? Yeah, there we go. And the retention nut feels like it's still good. A lot of these nylock nuts, after they've been sitting for a long time, they will not retain tension. Is this a metal one? Oh, that's why. This one's a metal tab one. I don't know what you call those, but it doesn't have the nylock in it. What's up, dude? I am rebuilding clutch and brake pads, brake calipers, and clutch levers for a Ducati 99, or not a Ducati 9, that's a Ducati 748. It's those Tamburini bikes. It's a common vintage bike. I'll give you a little peek here. I got brake fluid all over me. Show what it is. Let's see here. This is what we're working on. This is a somewhat famous bike. It's one of the more well-known vintage bikes. You've probably seen in the movie Matrix. It's the one they jumped off the 18-wheeler with. Here was the original fairings, but they're not really OEM. They're just aftermarket pieces of junk. But I found original fairings for cheap, and the tank was red, but I went into a place to get it painted, and they matched it. So, but as you can see, all these bins, they're not really full anymore. There's a lot of empty bins. That's because we're getting almost to the end. At one point, all this was the frame and the engine. Everything else was taken off, and it was kind of disheartening to see how far I had to go to get this thing back to working order. But we're almost there. We're working it. See if I can turn you guys down a little bit. But yeah, that's what we're working on today. Right now, just doing the low-hanging fruit jobs. Fruit jobs, that sounds weird. Trying to get certain, just things cleaned and taken apart and swapping out things like, I think this is fine here. This is fine, I don't really need to take that apart. I can leave that on there. But I do need to take this off. Put a new hose on there. And I think I'm gonna fix this one as I go. Oh, all right. Oh, those are in there. Dang. Ooh, come on. There we go. That one's pretty grody. Got rust. It's got some grease on it. I don't know. We might replace that one. I have some older ones from my friends that actually look a little bit better condition, maybe. Yeah, I think think I'll probably swap those out. But the biggest thing is I gotta swap this line out. This thing's nasty. All right, let's see if I can get this compressed off. That's the biggest thing with taking these things off is that you try to push it and it doesn't want to come off. All right, let's see here. There's one. There's two. All right, so we gotta match this size and this guy. Oh, that thing's nasty too. Man, there's so much gunk built up in here. Oh, look at that. That's nasty. Yeah, maybe blast some stuff in there, I don't know. Get that on here. So I can get that WD-40. Oh, look at that blackness coming out. Oh, it's always, it's not always, it's always a bad sign. But we're gonna work with it. See where it goes from here. Let's see if I can. I would spray some carb cleaner in here, but I don't have any carb cleaner. I just have this stuff and the little sticks or the little nozzle sprayers. It doesn't want to stay on there, so every time I do it, it like shoots off, and then I shoot essentially like acetone everywhere. I'm like, fuck. God damn it. Actually, now that I think about it, I have some mineral spirits that I can shoot up there. I think that'll help a little bit. Let's see if I can do this. There we go. Yeah, that came out. Let's see here. There we go. So I'm going slow with this stuff. Mineral spirits is pretty gnarly stuff. I don't like it. All right, there we go. And then I'll flush that out with a little bit of brake fluid later on, but just to get this stuff clean. Might as well use this stuff to clean here. It's covered in mineral spirits. Mineral spirits is magical. I don't know if you guys have ever used it, but my friend turned me on to it. I'd never used it before. I always just used like soapy water or alcohol. But like, see that grimy stuff? Like just a little bit of spritz. And let's see, get a little brush action in there. Hard to reach spots. And it will brighten this thing right back up. Even though I'm replacing this thing, I'm still cleaning it. I just want to show you guys. This thing does a good job. Or mineral spirits does a good job. So if you got some grime to clean, mineral spirits are where it's at. But let's see here. There we go. It's good. It's good. Let's see here. All right. Okay. Let's get that hose taken care of. That hose situation taken care of. Push some of that stuff out of the way. You go here. Those hoses. Aha. Hoses. One thing you always got to do when wearing gloves is to remember to wipe off your hands. Because when you're wearing gloves, you don't think you have anything on your hands, but you have something on your hands that might just destroy what you're working on. So, let's get this one done. Let's see. There's a smaller piece in here. Yeah, there's a piece right there. All right. Just cut that down just a little bit, and I'll be good to go. Sweet. And I recommend getting hose cutters. Don't just do them with pliers. It never works out, but cutting small stuff, it helps a lot. I just have a round one. I have just a set of these guys, but they help keep things safe. All right, let's see here, something like that. Maybe go a little bit further. See, that one got its nose cut off. That one's a straight cut, but that one's not. About right there. About right. Go just a little bit further. turn there. Oh, just lost it. Yeah, something like that. I gotta make sure it's straight. Straight, right angle. Even when you press, right angle, boom. So, clean, even cuts. Hopefully I didn't cut that too short. Nope, we're good. There's a before and after. A before and after. No, that's not that exciting, but it's a step in the right direction. I think a lot of people get so caught up on, oh my God, this is such a task. There's so much to do, but if you just take it one fix at a time, it makes it all worth it. All right, so next, this is over there. This is the new one. Let's go ahead and get that newer one set up. Let's see. This one looks the nicest so far. I think this lid's kind of torn up, so we'll do this guy. Make sure he's clean. Yeah, because his bike, the one that these came off of, was only sitting in a ventilated or a AC controlled garage, and it was well taken care of. So even though these are a little tinted, I know they're in better shape than what I have that had been sitting in a barn in Ohio for God knows how long. Oh, there we go. All right, so that goes there, that goes, come on. That goes there, wipe off anything. I'll go ahead and put this on there. That on there. And we'll go ahead and get one of these on it. One of these on there, just because it goes like that. So we can put it on. One thing I always forget to do is kind of lubricate hoses. Where is it? Let's see here. I have like this is engine oil assembly lube, but it's such a light, slippery oil that I use it for everything. I don't like to use, I have waterproof grease, but I typically don't like to use it because it can clog things up or really get in the way of stuff. So I typically just use a little bit of assembly lube because it can wash off and stuff. It's not like water protectant, but now where does this? I just can't get this on here. Come on. Come on, get on there. There it goes. I think. There we go. All right, so it was like that. So I wanted to go like that. Maybe towards the outside. Circle it back around. There we go. That's locked in place. Cool. So now when we put it back on, that'll be nice and safe. Now that that's out of the way, I'm going to chunk this stuff. This stuff is kind of not that great. All right, let's junk. There's the junk. First item, renewed. It's not brand new, but it's renewed. So I'm gonna put that off the side. Now let's get this broken ass liver off so we can kind of look at this piston in here. I don't even know if I want to take this off because a lot of times the way this is held in is by spring. And I guess I can clean it out. It's not that big a deal. All right, let's see here. I need an 8 and a flat. I think I have the 8. Got the, oh, no, it's a 10. It's a 10. Yeah, anybody out there working on a project bike or anybody else out there ride motorcycles? I know we were talking about the dirt bikes earlier, but anybody else riding? Or are you guys just cruising through live, just seeing what's out there? It's a 10 millimeter? You're a 10? Let's see, let's check. You a 10? Yeah, she's a 10. Let's do no extension. There we go, sweet. Nice. There we go. Nice. All right. See if I can hold tension on this. I do hate flat plates though. I'm not a fan. Just because shit like that. I hate flat blades because they cam out or resist so much. Oh, come on. I'm just gonna hold it like that. Maybe you can't. There you go. You guys see that? Oh, shit. I got kind of far away. Let's see if I can get this. See, this would be much easier done on the bike. You know, gotta make things difficult. I think I can get that now. Yeah, here's an example. Just talking about these, yeah, there's a nylock right there. That's the ones that have the nylock in them, or the nylon to lock them in place. But after they've been sitting for so long, the nylon or whatever material it is that locks them in place fails. And it doesn't do a good job of holding it in place. So I always recommend, if you're getting some sort of nut, always use the metal tab ones, because those metal tabs will hold their, whatever it's called, resistance to change. There's like a fancy word for it. Oh my God. Focus. Oh man, this bolt is nasty. It slips off every other turn. Let's see here. Oh, this thing is nasty. Oh. Alright, let's see here. Let's, go over there. You go over there, over there. Try not to misplace things. Alright. What's that? Oh wow, this is interesting. That's nasty. I gotta do a flat blade in there. Tiny little flathead. Is that what that is? Is that it? Oh, well, whatever that was. Let's see if I can get this. Pretty gross. Pretty grody. Oh, that one's corroded like crazy. Locked in. Alright. Where's that? I think it was this. There we go. Yep. That had a little bit of mineral spirits on it. I don't think I'm going to reuse this lever. It's kind of busted. I might just, because it's cast aluminum too. Let's see here. Let's see if I can get after this and open it up. The boot's already destroyed. Oh, goddamn. Oof. There we go. There it goes. Yeah. Oh, that's nasty. Good thing I cleaned that thing out. That thing is nasty. But here's the piston. This is the famous one that they can't find a match for. But it doesn't look too bad. It just needs the boot. Still works okay. Let's clean it off. Seems like the seals are soft. That's good. That's good news. Oh, tries to fucking break it. Did I break it? No, we're good. That's good news. Yeah. Yeah. Always remember white gloves, because that's why I got bright colored gloves, because sometimes if I get black gloves, I don't realize how dirty my gloves are, and I'll reach for something that I've already cleaned, and I'm like, fuck, why did I do that? Damn it. So I was like, ah, shit, oh well. But yeah. Anybody else work on rebuilding brakes lately? You guys have any stories you want to tell? Share and tell? Oh Man, this thing's nasty on the inside. You'll hear me use the word nasty a lot. I don't know. That's like my main vocabulary when rebuilding this thing. When it's honestly to be expected, so it's not that gross. It's just, it's always surprising. And this smells pretty bad because I sprayed not only some W40 up in there to get things loosened, but also some mineral spirits to get things further loosened. This thing broken? No? I think it looks okay, actually. Okay. Set that over here and get this bolt cleaned up a little bit. Where's my flat head? All right. A little rub down. Thing's nasty. All right, we gotta do a little something on here. A little mineral spirits. The sad thing is normally when I'm in this stage of like rebuilding something or cleaning it, I always have a red Scotch-Brite or a Scotch pad with me or whatever it is, scuff pad with me. But I just ran out and I'm kind of kicking myself because stuff like this is perfect for like, this is kind of rough. And there goes my camera, died. And my camera on. Let's see if we can do a quick cleanup mission. Let's see here, you over there, you over here, over here. Gotta keep things as clean as possible. All right, there's that, and this was trash. All right, I'll be right back. Just gonna go chunk this real quick. Hold on. Yeah. All right, we're back. Short intermission. Oh yeah, we're getting there. We're making progress. Yeah. There we go. I might need to raise you guys up because you guys can't really see the whole picture of what we're doing here. I think it's this one. There we go. Boing. I have you guys on like a dangly. Right, Paula, let me see if I can get this over there. I can get it over there. Sorry. Hold on tight. Alright, let's see if I can get it behind the tire. Oh, we gotta raise that. There we go. I think that's good. Oh, it doesn't think so. Alright, there we go. Ta-da! New view. That's it. Oh, it's drooping. And it doesn't like that. There we go, it's better. Sweet. You guys got a better view? Nice. All right, so we got the whole picture of what's going on. I gotta clean this guy up a little bit. Spritz, spritz. Yeah. But no, I enjoy rebuilding bikes now. I used to never touch engines or motorcycles. I really wasn't into it. My dad always was helping my brother rebuild his Chevy Blazer. He always had jobs and he'd be like, hey, you wanna come? I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna go inside and play video games. But I think if he had been working on motorcycles, I would have interacted a lot more. But no, it's not how it works. All right, this thing is still kind of gross. Give this thing a little spray. Clean you off a little bit more. Look at that. Spray kind of clean it up. This stuff is so magical. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of rinseless washes, where it's like for cities and areas and states that don't want you to use a lot of water washing your car. So what you end up doing is you don't even have a bucket. I think you do have a bucket of water. You have one bucket of water, and then you have rinseless wash in there, and then like a rinseless wash spray bottle, and a special sponge to clean it. Anyways, it's essentially a spray on, wipe off kind of cleaner, and it is crazy because I've diluted this to its like waterless wash setting, and it sometimes does a better job than Simple Green as a full-on degreaser. It's just surprising sometimes. I'm like, damn, this stuff is supposed to be like a lightweight cleaner, but it actually sometimes does a better job than some of the heavy-duty stuff. This is by a company called Armor All Detail Supplies. So if you guys are in the the hunt for automotive detailing and stuff. Go check that stuff out. But like, perfect example right here. Yeah, like that totally just washed it all away. Like, look at that. It just all came out. Just surprising. And I've never been one for like, oh, I'm gonna detail my car every weekend, whatever. But I wanted to get some more than just turtle wax products to clean the bikes, just so I could, like, I don't know, feel like I know what I'm doing, buy higher end or quote unquote higher end cleaning products. And I saw a bunch of YouTube videos on Armor All detail supplies. They're like a new kid on the block, but their stuff is performing really well. So I was like, yeah, I'll check it out. And their stuff was actually the cheapest, so that was also a factor, because, you know, budget. And I've been blown away. Like, all the YouTube reviews are like, oh my god, this stuff's so good for so cheap. And I'm like, I don't really have a I don't have a reference point, but I'm really blown away at how nice it. One, it smells good. That's kind of shallow review, but it smells good. It cleans surprisingly well, which is another thing that I was like, what? I don't know if it's dirt or if that's stuff flaking off. I think that's stuff flaking off. That's always the danger of like using a pick, is trying to get like really gunked on ground. All right, let's get it with a little bit of Tamburini. Maybe a little brush action. Yeah. What I'm trying to say is, I've been very impressed with Armor. It's not armor, like car armor, but it's Arm Hour. So I thought that was kind of weird. Unless that is how you spell it. I don't know. I'm terrible at spelling, so maybe a spelling whiz can help me out, because, you know, public education right here to the max. All right, let's see if I can get something in there. Bristles in there, clean that out. Yeah, seems pretty good. Ah, yeah, there you go. Got it. All clean. All right, now we'll do the rinse with the this. And that's the other thing, is that it's so cheap that I'm not worried about using a bunch of it. And I use it kind of as my wash. Get it everywhere, but yeah, it's some cool stuff. If you guys ever use the car detailing, like high end, or just what you see on YouTube videos, like, oh yeah, this is the best, versus like turtle wax or something. If you guys have used like higher end stuff, let me know, because I think I'm doing good with these guys, but if there's a better brand out there, I would definitely try them. All right, so quick pause. This seems to be clean. Nah. Rinse that out. I think that got in there. I think it got in there. Yeah, I think it got in there. There we go. All right. So this is clean. I just need to wipe it down. But for the most part, this is one of our first really clean parts. I'm excited. We're making headway. Let me wipe this off and spray it down with a little bit of alcohol just to get stuff off of it. All right. Wipey, clean. Man, I'm supposed to be filming with my other camera up there, but I think I'm just gonna do like some sort of cutout, whatever. Because this is one of those jobs where you're just sitting at a desk for a while and just keep on going. And it just takes a while. And I just always run out of batteries. And when it comes to editing the videos, if you guys go to my main channel, you'll see all the long format videos that I've done. And there's thousands of clips that I have to cut, thousands. And so it just takes a while. And if you guys know motorcycle content, you might have seen RRC Restorations. That guy's badass, but I don't know if he does the editing or if someone else does it, but I I applaud them because this style of editing, he gets a shot for everything. Like if he reaches for a bottle, it's like a different camera angle of him reaching. If he's doing something, there'll be one angle of him doing it, and then he'll move a little bit, and then there's another angle. So that means if he's the one doing the filming, he'll have to do it once, move the camera, start the camera, refocus the camera, do it again, and then stop the camera. And like, it's surprisingly difficult. And so, like, I support YouTubers, like I big YouTube channels. I support them and give donations and become Patreons because I'm aware of how much work goes into like creating a good quality video, and also my career is in videography. I'm a stay-at-home dad now, but I was a videographer / video creator for corporate stuff. Like you see all those videos of like, welcome to Company X. Here at Company X, we do this, this, and this. And here, all those boring ass videos that don't really ever get shown to the public, but are only shown on their YouTube page. Well, they have a guy there that's doing all those videos for them, and that was me. So I did all those boring videos. And then I also worked for some other stuff, but I am aware of how much work it takes. Oh, God, sorry. I just keep seeing this crap in here. Where is that coming from? How much work goes into creating a good YouTube video. So I don't know if any of you, I always thought it was kind of weird because, I mean, I was in the original days of YouTube, and there was no like, oh, you become a patron, whatever, that came later. But it seems like everyone now supports a YouTuber with like some sort of monthly Patreon payment or something. And I'm kind of hesitant to do a Patreon. Everyone's like, oh, you should start a Patreon when you're like, I don't know, 1,000 subscribers or even 500. Because, I mean, people want to help. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of awkward. I'm not a big YouTuber or anything. But anyways, I have started giving $1 a month to certain creators and $5 because some of those guys give so much value on motorcycle content. Not just, oh, look at me, I got this new motorcycle that I'm riding. I'm at a press release riding. It's, hey, on this particular bike, on this particular thing, on this very specific thing that you will find nowhere else, this is how you do it. I'm like, oh my God, I couldn't find that info on some of the most detailed forum posts, but yet you went the extra mile and explained it fully and thoroughly on your video. Ooh. Yeah, I think I spun that through there. There we go, I think we're clean. There's still like this bump in there. I don't know what that is. Is that supposed to be there? Like a, hold on a second. What is that? Oh, I know, it's some sort of gunk. Yeah, I think it's yeah, hold on. It's corrosion that's been built up. Yeah. It's kind of hard to see. I don't have like an overhead light, so I'm using, or I have the overhead lights, but they're behind me. So it's kind of hard to see what's going on here. All right, let me scrape this out of there. But here's a master cylinder. And this is the important part. Rebuilding stuff, but make sure you get it clean, really clean. That way, if something happens, you know that one of the factors of it not working isn't because of cleanliness or something that got clogged, because you know it is clean. Dang, that is some corrosion right there. I feel like I'm at the dentist and they're like picking at my teeth. Let's try that. Let's see if we can get some bristles in there, rub it around a little bit. The bristles have some stuff on them. There we go. Let's try this guy again. Oh yeah. Do any of you guys support YouTubers? Like give theirs a Patreon monthly support? Because I've just now started to do it, but I do see more value in it because it's a specialty thing that I'm watching. I'm not just like flipping through random channels. So it's like, it kind of makes sense if you want to see more content like that. Right now, this, come on, get through there. There we go, we do a quick poke. There we go. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, that little patch is gone now, which is good. Yeah, this thing is fully clean. I'll give it a quick, where's my alcohol? Quick little alcohol spray. There we go. There we go. All right. Alcohol is just to get any sort of other grime off of it. Helps dry out anything. And any sort of residue. That way, like I said, I know this thing is clean. I know it's clean and very in good health. We'll run this through there again. I feel like I'm spending all of my time just on this one master cylinder. But it's worth it because this is the clutch. And I bought a whole new clutch kit, a clutch slave cylinder kit, all these kits for the clutch. So if I don't do a good job on cleaning this, then all of it will be for naught. So that's the importance of cleaning things. A lot of people are like, oh, just throw it on there. Oh, just throw it on there. But it's like, if there's a little bit of gunk in there, you could think it was the clutch plates, or you could think it was the master cylinder, or you could think it was slave cylinder. But nice, this is clean. I need to get a bucket for clean stuff. Hold on, let me grab a bucket for clean stuff. There we go. Funny enough, I just cleaned this one, so this is actually clean. So we're gonna put this in the clean pile. We cleaned all this stuff. We're gonna put this in the clean pile, and we clean this. This is in the clean pile as well. I'll put that to one side. Is there anything else over here that I'm missing? Yes, this guy. Because I think I need to get a new lever. This one's pretty jankied up. I don't know. I don't know. I'll just leave it here for right now because I do want to test ride the bike, and I don't like how this is a part of the piston, but you can see it's super corroded, and that scares me a little bit. I don't like when things are small and super corroded. It's supposed to have a thread right there. I don't know. Maybe famous last words. Give this a shot. Give that a little yonky yonk. Alright, let's see here. I need a very small Phillips. Very small Phillips. Do I have a very, very small Phillips? Yes, I do actually. What is that? Does that fit it? Nice. Let's see. Let's get it back up. Small Phillips. I think that's gonna be the smallest I got. There might be a smaller one in the this little bit driver has a little kit in it. It's pretty useful. Aha, there they are. Look at that. There's all the small ones. Let's see who wins. I'm gonna try and wipe this off so I can see what's going on. It's all covered in gunk. Alright, let's see. Who? Nope. You're a little small. Oh, you're the winner for sure. We got a winner. Winner! Got a winner. Alright, let's see how this goes. Hopefully I don't just fuck it up. No, I don't like that. It's starting to bend. It's wiggling, but that is really on there. And I'm pretty sure this isn't part of the it's not a part of the master cylinder. I'm pretty sure this is a part of this is a part of the master cylinder, not the handlebar. But that is on there pretty good. See if we can get some more love in there. All right. Some more love in there. Absorb the leftover. So what are you guys doing? You guys do anything fun tonight? You guys just watching YouTube? What is today? Is today Thursday or Friday? Damn, I don't even know what today is. Fuck. Now let's try this again. That one fits in there pretty well. Let me double check the fit. Yeah, it's a little loose. Maybe you can go one size bigger. One size bigger. No. Maybe this one? Or that one a little bit bigger? This one might fit actually better. This one looks a little bit wider. Let's see if this one does it. Yeah. Try this other one. I just want to get the best grip possible because I kind of have one shot. Ooh, that one's where it's at. I think this one's a little bit too small. Same here. All right, let's see here. All right, it's on there. It doesn't like that. Can't tell if that's it camming out or. No, it's turning. It's moving. I think. Or am I bending it? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'm getting WD-40 all over my shirt. Let's see here. No, I'm totally rounding it. Make it into an hourglass shape. I don't know if you guys see that. Probably can't see that, but yeah, that flat blade's not moving. Damn it. Dang it. So that is the piston. And it just goes in there. Maybe. Hold up. Let me see if I can come up with something. Because I do want to get new levers eventually. Let's see if I can. Alright, we're moving it. Alright, something's happening. I don't know if I'm breaking it or if it's twisting. I don't know what's going on here. Not sure what's happening. Oh. I'm grinding away the metal. That's what I'm doing. Oh, it's not what I grabbed there. I'm going to loosen this guy up, see if I can get it to grip. Get it to lock on. Nope, it doesn't want to grab. I fucking hate these things. Alright, well, thought we were moving. Yeah, let me try something. A little bit. Alright, let's see here. Nope. 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 Come on. Oh, here we go. Now we're talking. Nope, it's still, nothing's in there solid. Is it? I can't tell if the thing's slipping or if it's actually starting to move. Slowly putting a little bit of lube in there. Alright, things are starting to move, which is good. Just slowly Moving it. So, sorry, I know this is boring. This isn't what you guys wanted to see. But this is the reality of rebuilding things. You can spend an hour on one bolt. And that's like, I always say, if you're gonna buy a stud remover kit, just buy the expensive ones. I recommend, now that we're talking about Irwin, or screw removers, I recommend Irwin's left-handed screw removing kit. That is where it's at. Let me need to go film this. This is kind of one of the pivotal moments. Let me grab another battery for my camera real quick. Again, make sure your gloves are somewhat clean before you start messing with things. Cameras don't like, my camera's just right up there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but cameras don't like it when you put oil on the battery. Funny how that works out. All right, come here, little buddy. All right, better change. Good to go. Yeah, because I don't think I'm gonna do too much recording or filming of this particular segment because it's just so much effort. All right, let's make it a little bit brighter. There we go. Flip that around so I can see what's going on. And you'll hear the moving. I think that's good. Just gonna work it. I think we're gonna get it out. Just like anything, you gotta work it slowly. This reminds me of tapping a thread. You have the resistance, and you gotta work the resistance out so all that threading goes into the grooves. I think that's what we're doing here. Alright, looks like we're gonna get it out. That was in there. That was in there. Those threads look polished now. That guy was definitely stuck in there. Yeah, we got that out. Now to get this I hate that part, trying to get apart vice grips that are like death gripped on there and trying to use pliers to get them to open. I'm always scared it's gonna like explode or something. All right, how do we do? Yeah, it's a little chewed up. I'll have to run that through something, smooth it out. Yeah, let's clean these up real quick. Put them in the done pile. All right. There's one, two. Let's spray this down a little bit. Need grease here. There we go. Nice. Not the cleanest, but it'll do for now. Maybe if I put a little bit of mineral spirits on there. Mineral spirits is always the magical cure. If anything's super grimy, mineral spirits does it. No, it's corrosion. And sometimes like this, a lot of aluminum stuff, like you think it's dirt and grime, but it's just black corrodedness. And you wouldn't be able to tell if you didn't have like a Scotch-Brite to scratch it away. It just always looks like dirt. Yeah, there we go. All right, we're getting there. We're making progress. We got a busted handle, or a busted grip that we won't be using anymore because it's busted. So I might use it if I really have to get the bike started, but this is Treshola. All right, what's next? Next is, should we do this one? Nah, we should save all the calipers for themselves. All right, let's do that. All right, let's put this stuff away. This was quite involved. Do a quick reset. I don't ever like to get too out of bounds with all my tools over. As you can see, this is supposed to be a work area. And when it gets a little bit too hectic, you can lose things, you can do things wrong, you can forget about things, you can drop things. Just always good to have a clean work area. And there's nothing wrong with stopping and resetting. There we go. And I always keep kind of a few tools off the side that I know I'll constantly use. This was good. That goes there. This is all fine and dandy. We can probably just put this off to the side because this stuff is fine. That one is not. That one is not fine. This stuff, quick clean. Rubber on it. That's all right. Yeah, that's all right. It's good. All these switches need some love. Ah, that's right. This guy is fucking sealed. Stuck. Let me see if I can get the old WD-40 trick. There we go. Oh, there we go. Yep. There we go. Now if we can get it back up. Where's my other flat blade? It's open. Oh, I got it closed, but I can't open it again. Now, where is that thing? It's like right up in there. Let's see if we can get it right up in there. I don't know if that's where it's at, but give it a quick little. Oh, come on. You know you want to come back out. You know it. I know it. Oh, we're gonna vice grip it. Just get it out. Oh. Dang, man. Just another thing to approach. Just wipe down off WD-40. Change the color a little bit, give it a little bit of oil. Yeah, that's one thing I find with WD-40 and liquid wrench, really old plastic. Like plastic restorers are good, but I feel like these guys always do a really good, better job. All right, let's undo this. Reset, push some shit out of the way. Out of the way. Excuse me, out of the way. See, perfect example, that bolt, I did not know that was there. So, there we go. Reset, see if we can get this out. Come on. Come on. So what are you guys doing? You guys doing anything exciting tonight? Dirt bike parts. I don't know how to associate. Dirt bike parts? No, not dirt bike. They're for a Ducati 748. It's a old super bike. I should bring a picture out here just to like set it here, but it's sitting right here. My hands are dirty. Once my hands are clean, I'm gonna clean this guy off. But it's for a Ducati 748. They're like I can't believe I have to say vintage, but it's a older style motorcycle that was like a pivotal moment for Ducati. You probably, if you watched a movie called The Matrix, you would have seen it and you would have recognized it. Does that go that way? I think it goes like that. Man, that thing is stuck now. Come on now. Trying to get this. This is actually a throttle choke. It's not a true choke or anything. It's just, it advances the throttle tube of the fucking throttle tube. It just makes it go just a little bit, so it helps your bike start better when it's cold. But it is stuck. For those of you who were here, you saw me get it stuck. So now I'm trying to unstick it. See if a little, oh, that was a lot. That was a lot. Maybe it'll come out. Kind of goes like right here, I think. Oh man, that's. Whew. All right. It always turns out that way. It's like, oh, just a quick clean, no big deal. And then it's like, you find one thing after another, and it's like, oh. But like I was saying, it's always good to find all these things now versus when you have the bike completely rebuilt and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna start it for the first time. I'm so excited. And you have all these issues that come up and you can't really pinpoint them. And it's good to have a clean bike, like thoroughly clean, so you can have that peace of mind of, if something goes wrong, I know it's not this, or I know it's not gunked up. I know that's not the reason. So it helps you troubleshoot a little bit faster. All right, let's see here. What is a quick, where's my small foot blade? I think I can get that in there. There it goes. There it goes. Let's put a little bit more juice. There we go. There we go. Oh yeah, it's supposed to click into place. Just kidding. I just remembered that it's supposed to click into place because, you know, I'm dumb. But it's working. I just haven't had a return because the throttle tube, I'll grab the throttle tube and kind of make it click back into place. Use quite a bit of W40 on that. That's okay. So here's a throttle tube, and when the cable's in there, it pushes it up. You'll see it. I don't know if I can get it to click. There it goes. So when that button is pushed, it's pretty stiff still. See how it moves the throttle tube just a little bit, and then you do that to disengage it, but it's a little snug. Hopefully, there we go. Now we're working it. Still pretty stiff. It's got some gunk in it. Got some gunk in it. Let's see if we can work it a little bit more. There we go. Oh, there's a skunk outside. Shit. Either that or someone's smoking some terrible weed. That's one thing that the other day we were walking at the park and my little girl was like, oh, daddy, skunk, because our dog had gotten sprayed with a skunk and brought all that smell inside. So she's kind of scarred for life of skunks. Because it was funny because I'd never smelled like straight up fresh skunk spray before. You always think it's like the just skunk smell, but when it's fresh, it literally burns your nose and almost smells metallic. I was just like, oh my God. It's more than just, oh, this stinks. It actually like was burning my nose. I was like, oh my God. And my daughter was in the living room when our dog ran in. I was like, oh my God, what does that smell? And then it was too late. Combo had already run in. And Nora, our daughter, was like, my nose. And it was because it was stinky, yes, but it burned. And I was like, what the fuck is this? But yeah, skunks are no joke. And there's a family that runs around our neighborhood, and I'm gonna start calling some people to see if they can come out and trap them or whatever, because one of my friends or one of my neighbors down the street, his dog's gotten sprayed twice now. And he's like, oh my God, this is getting old. And I feel so bad for him because we only had it happen once, and it was just horrifying. And I really don't want to be walking outside one evening and get sprayed. What's up, man? Chop a goose? Chop a goose? What's up, dude? we're working on rebuilding a Ducati 748. It's one of their iconic bikes. And right now I'm just getting a few things that are stuck moving because the bike that this goes on was a barn find and had been sitting in a barn for, I think it was 10 plus years. Because this is a 2000. A guy ran it for several years and sold it, and then sold it to a bunch of other people, but then it eventually got to someone who didn't necessarily have the funds to upkeep it, and they tried to all their might to keep this bike up and running. Like, there was zip ties everywhere, there was improper tires on, they were rubbing on the exhaust because they were too big. Like, if you guys know motorcycles, 180 is a classic sport bike tire, but he had a 200 size on there. So anytime he'd hit bumps, the tire would rub on the exhaust up underneath. And yeah, when I finally got to repairing the exhaust, it took forever because there was so much caked on burnt rubber because it was just rubbing on the thing. It was crazy. All right, let's see. We're still recording. Kind of good. Sorry, I'm also recording with my camera. All right, let's get this out of the way. I forget, I start talking to you guys, or aka talking to myself, and I forget that I'm also videoing. Oh, is this not focusing? There it goes. I'm making video, or shooting video, for my YouTube long form content. But yeah, that is what this for. Oh, it's clean. It's good. Normally there's like with these guided cables, this is where the throttle cable goes for this, and normally there's like gunked up grease or rust or something here, but this one's clean. That's good. That is some good news. All right, clean that out just in case. Yeah, looks clean. Good. Let's run through the threads real quick. This paper towel's coated in WD-40, so just give it a little once through. There we go. Yeah, that's super clean. Okay, that was a nice surprise. You got your little wins all through there. What size is this? This one a little bit smaller. I think this one's a little bit smaller on this side. But when rebuilding things, you kind of prepare for the worst and you're just expecting the worst. But every now and then you hit something, you're like, oh, thank God it didn't have XYZ broken, or wow, I can't believe that's not leaking, or that's not torn. So let's get this guy on here. There we go. I will see you shortly once you're all rebuilt. That'll be like one of the last steps, is putting on the throttle cable, so I'm excited to see this particular part again soon. All right, let's do once, put once down, WD-40, make it all shiny, even though it's just oil. Get that all good, that's all good, nice. Throw some bolts back in it, throw some bolts on it. Time being. Let's get that in there. All right. Okay, this one can go to the done pile. What else we got? Let's go here. This one looks okay. The switch looks okay. Screws look okay. Everything looks okay. Let's give it just a wipe down with some WD. Essentially some oil, just to oil it up, make it shine. Because a lot of times these plastic pieces, if you use a trim restorer, they'll be okay, but they really won't soak it up. But WD-40 and liquid wrench, they really get in there to clean, to absorb into the plastic. So the trick is you put WD-40 or liquid wrench on them to begin with to kind of get the initial soak, and then you clean them off with alcohol to get all the surface of it off, and then you put trim restore on it. That has been like the game changer for me, is doing kind of that two-step process, has really helped kind of bring back certain things to life. And I also have like just tire shine. Like this is always good for stuff like this. Like these hoses. Here, hold on, let me just stop talking about it and just do it. Oh, gloves are completely... This is a foamy one, but yeah. See, it's like dull and ugly. Not great. And then you just put a little bit of tire shine, because I mean it is rubber, and it will bring it right back to life. Probably not the most, you know, restore-esque way to do things. There's probably some terrible like, oh, don't put that on plastic sheathing or rubber sheathing, that will do X, Y, Z to it. You're dumb. I'm like, whatever. It'll be fine. It's not gonna blow up. I mean, got some paper in there stuck. Yeah, try not to keep that stuff. Try not to touch too much electronical stuff, but yeah. Maybe put a little here. Oh yeah, let's shine that right up. But again, the trick is put a coating of whatever on it, then wash it off with alcohol. Because that will give you the true vibe of whether it's soaked up all that stuff. All right, that's good enough. We'll let that sit and soak. Yeah, I'll call that one done too. Our done pile's looking pretty good so far. All right, let's see here. How's all the switches doing? Give this a little once over. Give this a little bit of looby-doob. Give these pieces a little looby-doob. Ooh, that one was stuck. There we go. Give this guy some love. WD-40 I find does a pretty good job getting things loose. Ooh. Ooh, there we go. Working it in. That's a little firm. There we go. How's that? High beam, low beam. Alright. There we go. Oh, it's working. Oh, that's pretty stiff. I can see in this. There we go. This is the mundane stuff about restoring things. You're putting WD-40 on things and just fucking... My thumb's gonna be sore tomorrow. Alright, and then, what about the high beam? Oh, there's a little spring right there. We can give that a little touch up. I'm not doing much here. Oh, that helped. That was an instant help. Other ones I can't really feel a difference too much, but that one I did. And you can see me just like lubing this together. Come on, focus. You guys want to focus on my hands. Just focusing on the thing. Anyways. Alright. That was good. That's moving. That's a killer. Let me just, you know what? Since we're here, I'll take it apart. Give her a quick once over. Give her a quick once over. Where is the big? There we go. Let's see. That's fine. Might do that one too. Put in there. Nope. Gotta get a smaller thread. Smaller thread, Phillips. You were right here somewhere. Let's see. What about you? Hi, I choose you, Pikachu. Feels pretty good. I'll these bolts out of the way so we don't knock them over. Zoom you out a little bit. Camera was a little bit wide, or a little bit narrow, so I kept being out of frame. So if you guys haven't checked it out, go check out my main channel. You'll go see all my long form content. You'll go see all the full builds and stuff, but you guys are behind the scenes right now of all the slow, boring stuff of the actually getting the job done. Alright, we got some here. I don't know what this bolt goes to. A lot of people ask me, how do you know where things go? I don't. I just pay attention to what came apart and then what I took off. Ooh, this one feels like it's got, oh, spiders! Spider nest. The bingo card. Oh man, it's crazy how, look at that. Look how strong that is. Spider webs are crazy. I bet that's what was making this thing stick so bad. Dead spider. Dead spider. But yeah, I bet that was what was making this thing stick, because spider web is so incredibly strong. Blows me away all the time. Like, it can gunk up some stuff real easily. Alright, let's see here. Get in here a little bit. Alright, so that's the actuator. So that's the part. So I'm going to put just a tiny bit of W in there. A little bit on here. So what the, much better, there we go. Much better. So that's the technique is you get WD-40 in there, clean it up, like that, clean it up, and dump out. Clean it out. Alright. Then when you're done with that, you get this stuff. Electronic cleaner spray. And yeah, give it a roll spray-o. Put a little too much. Sorry. That's all right. Let's do this guy. Yeah, just cleaning internals. It's always important. There we go. And then give it a little spray. It's important you wear gloves when doing stuff like this. This stuff, any sort of like super solvent. I always didn't wear gloves all the time, and I'd be like, oh, why are my hands all like cracked and beat up? I'm like, well, because you didn't wear fucking protection with all these crazy chemicals. Go. There we go. Good. Just cleaning this up. There we go. Just more focus. I'm gonna put a tiny bit of something in there. A little bit of tiniest of bits helps. Spring right in there. Let me do the wrench. The wrench, because this is. You can see what it is. And it still feels pretty grody. Trying to get this as nice tactile as possible. Alright, I think that's good. Alright, clean that off, wipe this down, wipe this down, wipe this side down. Alright, now let's put this back on. Now we got that clean, but look at that spider web, it's like glue on there. Spiderweb stuff was like, I don't know if you can see it, looks like epoxy. Holy crap. No, it feels like it too. You can feel the resistance when you're wiping it off. That shit's wild. Alright. There we go. Let's see, what time is it? It is 11:27 and we got 30% battery, so we're still cooking. Alright, let's oh yeah, if you guys haven't checked it out, go check out my main channel where you see all the actual rebuilds of the bikes that I'm doing. So if this looks boring, because it kind of is, it's the behind the scenes of actually doing the hard work. But if you just want to see the cool end results, I recommend go check out my main channel and go watch some of the long form content. And if you need help with motorcycles, there's a lot of good stuff on there. But also like, subscribe, leave some likes on this. I don't know if that affects the algorithm, but leave some love if you can, because it would be nice to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And hopefully one day, maybe get some deals or sponsorship deals with tools, because like I was saying earlier, my freaking quarter inch ratchet is going out. So I've just been using my fucking, what do they call this, a bit driver instead of my ratchet, because I'm like, damn it, shit's failing on me. And this goes like this, like that. And then we have our little screws, and I actually have a screw kit for these that I'm going to be doing. It's it replaces all the screws, so, but I'm not going to do that until later. These are the same size? Yeah, they're same size. But once I get there, all these old screws are going to be replaced, which is just nice, and they all look all the same, and it's just one of those things where it's like, oh, it's just nice. There we go. All right, just make sure you're back together. All right. Dirty cable. Throw some WD-40. No, that's not doing it. You know what we can do? We can do a little degreaser, and then we re-grease it. A little degreaser and a little re-grease. It's also the trick. Try and get it all broken down. And sometimes even degreaser activates the plastic again. Oh, that thing is nasty. But this is the small touch of details. Like, someone probably wouldn't even pay attention to this. You probably won't even see it. But for a rebuilder like me, I know it's there, and I want to make sure it's as good as looking as possible. All right, so that's pretty clean. Let's just go ahead and jump straight into, I can get this how I want it, straight into some tire shine. Tire shine. I use this stuff a lot on just rubber things and plastic things. It's just a coating. It doesn't have to be fancy. It's not like acidic or can break down stuff. It's just a coating, and it's supposed to sit on rubber and plastic a little bit better and vinyl a little bit better. So just something to give it a little bit more shine, and it does a little bit. There we go. Let's Make sure all this is clean. All right, I think that's another one for the done pile. Let me see if I can rub this on there. Yeah, and then WD-40 and stuff brought back the shine of the buttons. The red was just a dull white, and now it is red again. There we go. Bringing this thing back to life, one step at a time. All right, this one's done. In the done pile. I think this is done. We can put this in the done pile. Yep. Some tie wraps. Give these a little wipe down. Let's just spread it. So there we go. There we go. Just rubby-dub them with some of that, because this is rubber. So I'll let you sit like that. A little rubby-dub there. And if they're a little lubricated, it helps too when trying to put these on stuff, because if they're all dirty and grippy, it kind of makes things for pain. There we go. Let's see if I can do this one again. All right. That's good. Let me just do a final wipe on those. I've been going through quite a bit of paper towels. It's worth it. There we go. Looks pretty good. All right. I don't know where those tie wraps go, but that's where Google Images comes in handy. You can just Google the motorcycle, the side, like just Google images of them, and you'll see where these little tie downs go. I don't try to keep track of them. I just look for, if it's small like this, that means it's holding wires together. But if it's a little bigger, that means it's holding it to the frame. Because this bike is a trellis frame, meaning it's just like a bunch of pipes all together. I'll show you here in just a second once I get this kind of cleaned up. Give you guys a tour for those of you that have just tuned in and haven't seen what I'm working on, what I'm working with. Let me throw this over here. Show you. Let's see. Anybody new? Let's see here. Check this out. So, this is the bike I'm working on. It's a Ducati 748. New tires, everything that I've done. And not too long ago, this was just the engine and frame. Everything else was off. And I got this sweet center stand from Constans. If you guys are looking for a good single pivot point. Anyways, all those tie downs, they're everywhere. They're here, here, and you have two types. They're bigger, they hold something to the frame. But if they're smaller, they hold wires together. So I'm not too worried about trying to find where they go, because they're literally everywhere. The only thing I'm concerned about is like, did I lose one? Did I lose a few? So, but yeah. All right, let's move on. We got about 30 more minutes. Yeah, I'd give about 30 more minutes. I don't know if I have 30 more minutes of battery left, but thank you guys for tuning in. Let's scoot some tools over. All right, let's, what can we do? Let's do the rear brake. Yeah, this one's small. This one looks friendly, small. Yeah, let's do it. That one doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad, yeah. Forget I'm recording. All right, let's give this thing a tear down. I don't think there's anything in there, but yeah. We gotta get a new hose for this guy, but it's okay. Let's get this thing over here first. There we go. Alright, let's do a little WD. I'll make sure a little bit more lubrication. We don't need a lot, just a little, get it lubed up. Get it slippery. Hopefully I didn't make the clamp too slippery to hold on to now. Come on. There we go. That's the trick. WD-40. Now, you let go. I don't know if I have more hose for this one. There we go. Now we're talking. All right, I'm just gonna leave this right here. I don't know if there's any. There's just brake fluid dust. Oh, that's not good. Look at that. That's not a good sign. Here, I'll show you guys. Sorry, I was showing the camera. No, it's never a good sign when your elbow looks like rust is just accommodated a right angle. So I have to definitely take this apart, free it up, clean it up. Let's see here. I think this one's okay. Let me see that one. I have another one for my friend, his bike. I think these are actually both the rear brake. I think his lid looks better. It's not too bad. I'll just switch them out. So, come on. You know you want to. There we go. This one, I don't think it's had fluid in it for quite some time. Because even when I did it, I don't think there was fluid in it, so yeah, this one's pretty gross. Clean the outside with a little old brake fluid. Let's see, which one looks better? Kind of leaning towards this one. Yeah, I think the right one looks better. They're both used, whatever, but this lid is Dunskies. All right, we're gonna call that one done. Throw this away, throw this away. This is Dunsky stuff. That's the done pile. All right. So let's look at this tube. I have a little tool that helps me with stuff like this. And it's just a little metal pipe cleaner. But it helps me get stuff like this. We'll see. Does it? Oof. Oh, look at that. I've got some stuff out of there. Get some brake clean down there, degreaser down there. I know that's probably not the best for a rubber pipe, a degreaser, but we're working with what we got. All right, that seems okay. Do a little bit of waterless wash. This stuff is perfect. Just washes. All right, clear that out. There we go, clear that out. I'll do a little bit of alcohol. Clear that out. There we go. Just wipe it down a little bit. Pick this up. Get that out of the way. Get that out of the way. All right. I don't know what that was, but that's always like a worrying thing when you hear something drop. Like, what the fuck was that? I have no idea what that was. Organize my cleaning station a little bit. Move some things. If you guys are just tuning in, I feel so bad for this this workbench table of mine, because I think it's made by Husky, isn't it? I think it's Husky. Doesn't even say, but it's I got this because I was rebuilding motors and I wanted to be able to lift the motor up and down so it could work at eye level. Well, that's what this thing does, but it's got a nice wood top and I just beat it to shit. Now I feel bad when I start working on it, and it's just like, oh, that poor thing. All right, this one looks a little grody, but let's give it a little freshen up. It's a rubber hose. See how we do. Oh, rubber hose action. I did this to the radiators too. Actually does a pretty good job. Just gives them a little bit of life back. Nothing much, but just a little bit. Have you guys ever used a tire shine on a rubber? It's nothing too crazy. just a little bit of pizzazz back into some old parts. If you plan on not, because this hose is probably like, I don't know, $15 OEM, but I can go down to the auto parts store and get a good amount of this for pretty cheap, but I don't feel like doing any of those. So I'm gonna see how this goes, because there's not a big amount of pressure from the reservoir to the pump or the master cylinder. So stuff like this, I'm like, it's okay, it's fine. There we go. Ah. Got some alcohol stuff in there. All right, that's good. This was the new one, right? Yeah. All right, so here's what we can do immediately is give this some love. Oh yeah. Hopefully that'll absorb. I find that WD-40 and the liquor wrench kind of absorb a little bit better. I should have probably done that, because that's the thing, is you clean it, you put WD-40 or liquor wrench on it, wipe it down, let it soak, wipe it off, clean it with alcohol, then put tire shine on it, and it really makes all of them pop. Let's see that. Hopefully that, yeah, boom, look at that. Nice and shiny. Obviously it's black, so you can't see it that well, but it looks a lot better. Looks a lot deeper, and it's just a little bit of pizzazz. Nothing, no crazy modification. And I can't get in there with that. We'll do a little. There we go. Let's see if I can degrease that a little bit. There we go. A little bit of degreaser and a tiny brush. It's all about the details. All about the details. All right, let's see. That's that. That's that. All right, let's see if we can get this cleaned up. All right. Good. Get that off there. Of course, when I need my nails, I just clipped my nails today, so it's appropriate that I would need my nails to get this stuff off. There we go. Hey, where you going? Oi, oi, where you think you're going, mate? Not Australian or British or whatever the fuck that is, but yeah, that just happened. All right, little degreaser. Where's my little brush? See, like little stuff. Like, no one will ever see that, but I will. And it's all about small touches and small attention to detail. Just like when you look at something like, oh, that's kind of grimy. You can't really pinpoint why it's grimy, but it just looks a little dirty. There's nothing that's like a major standout item, but it's little stuff like this. If you get on the bike, maybe the bike has a fresh paint job, but has a little bit of a dirty reservoir. It's just like, that's kind of a brother, you know. All right, hopefully that helps clean it up just a little bit more. See if I can get that thing in there. But, God, that thing stuck in my head now that I've seen so many memes or where it's like, brother, brother, Does anybody know where that comes from? What's up, guys? For y'all just tuning in, we're rebuilding a Ducati 748. It's a 2000. They made it a 749 in 2003, 2002, I can't remember. But yeah, this is the original badass bike that everyone was like, yeah, that's cool. So that's clean. All right, that's this once over. Feels pretty clean. Seems pretty clean. All right, I think we can put that in the done pile as well. All right, got that all nice and restored. All right, I think it goes something like that, but I'll just put this on there for right now. I think it goes, I can't remember. We'll have to look at the video for this one. It's another piece. All right, let's move on, move along. So lower this a little bit, move this over here. Give a little bit different camera angle for my viewers of the long form content. Alright, still recording. You guys still with me? Yes. What's up, dudes? Alright. But yeah, onto this grody looking thing. I think I took this off before I gave it a bath. Ooh. That's all rusted. Let me see. Oof. That's a little. That's the stop, I think. Yeah. That's switch. Quite a bit of rusted pieces on here. Not too thrilled about. Let's see. Let's see how this goes. Put a little this right here. This is where I need to be. Put a little love. Put a little love. There we go. There we go. This needs quite a bit of love. Stuff is nasty. Alright. Probably should soak this a little bit more. Alright. Alright. It's a quick clean actually. Oh, do the freezer. Freezer. A little brush that still has some, I think it has some mineral spirits still on it. There we go. Scrubby dub dub. Scrubby rub rub. Get down in that. Oh god, what is that stupid song stuck in my head? Alright. If you guys don't have these brushes, they're amazing. You can use them for everything from car detailing to working on this stuff. It's so useful. Like, I can't say enough of it. Alright, let's see if we can get that out of there. Maybe a little rubby dub 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 dub. And sometimes it's funny, like sometimes when you really clean something, like get all the grease out, it makes everything so much better. Cleaning seems like such a easy thing to do, but a lot of people tend to take things apart without cleaning them, and things get stuck because of the grime, so they don't come apart easily. You can't see some damage a lot of times because they're so grimed up. You miss a lot of things when it's all grimed up. Especially with that guy. Let's see if I can get some stuff in here. Small brush. Yeah, small brush fits in there. Nice. All right. All right. So we're good with that. Let's do a little shower. Shower of goodness. This on it. I'll just do a little shower of this. It still needs a little bit of love here. Especially right here. There's a lot of gunk in there. Nice. Highly recommend wearing gloves when you're messing with chemicals, because even though it sounds like, oh, it's just some soapy degreaser, man, it will fuck up your skin. Because ask me how I know. For the longest time, I was like, oh, whatever, I'll just clean my hands when I get inside. And I was like, I have manly hands, whatever. No, when your hands start cracking and bleeding because they're so dry from all the chemicals you've been using, and I don't know if it's absorbed in my body or whatever it does, but probably not the best. All right, let's see here. Let's give this a quick shower of my favorite waterless wash from Armor Detail Spray. Armor Detail Supply. This is our waterless wash. Sometimes this stuff is more strong than the degreaser that I have, this super green. But it's much more pleasant smelling, and I enjoy working with it a little bit better sometimes. Oh, we're getting somewhere. Let's see. It's still pretty dirty. Dang. Still pretty dirty. Yeah. I think we'll clean it more once we get it apart, but I just want to give it a good overall once over. Give it as best chance as possible to look good while we're taking it apart. this, the shower. I just always do it with this waterless wash because it's got a good consistency. Damn. Let's see here. Where's my other cleaner? WTF. Yeah, let's do some. Mineral spirits. Mineral spirits does not fuck around. Yeah, mineral spirits does not mess around. We'll spray it with some more of this. Maybe some alcohol, you know. I've been spraying all this shit over here on this. Hold on a second, I gotta clean that up. I didn't realize I was spraying all those heavy stuff on my nice rubber, brand new rubber stuff. I get that out of there. There. Right. These some more safe. Being dumb, had stuff sitting out that shouldn't have been sitting out. That's the price you pay for not paying attention. But luckily I caught it. Oh, there goes my thing. There we go. Alright. Gotta do some cleanup. Alright, bringing out the big guns. Towels. Separate towels. Let's see here. Excuse me. I don't know how far it went, but I think it's about that far. Here it is. Sometimes I'm not paying attention to where I spray, and then this happens. I have to do a big Valdez oil spill cleanup. Alright, this kind of come me. This can kind of sit there like that. I'll be right back, guys, and just throw this in the pile of trash. Away real quick. Alright, after we clean this one up and take it apart, I think we're gonna head out. Let's get till 12 o'clock. And my phone's about to die, all that good stuff. Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. We're gonna be building this bike up piece by piece, slowly but surely. Ah, yeah, there you go. There's a perfect example. I could not see that that was broken. Oh, there we go. Perfect example. It's clean now. I did not know that was broken right there. That's why you clean your stuff. What does it say? Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, whatever. Remember to guard your privacy. All right, whatever. But yeah, dang it. So that is broken. I think it's okay though. Famous last words. I think it's all right. See if we can get all that stuff out of there. But yeah, that mineral spirits, when it comes to grime, it's just gone. It's like instant. It's crazy. But you gotta kind of treat it with respect because it can mess up some other stuff. All right. I think it's pretty clean. I'm happy with how this thing kind of turned out. All right. Grime back here. Overall, this thing's pretty clean now. let's go ahead, dry this up. Okay, got most of it dried up. A little bit of stuff right here. There we go, I'm just drying this up. I had a bit of overspray. I went a little overzealous with the spray. So let's do a quick clean. All right, there we go. Just a quick. Work surface. Oh, there goes something. Don't know what that was. I think that was the Loctite. All right. Okay, let's see. What time is it? Should I get started on this? Nah, it's almost 12. This will be next on the list. So I'll show you what we did. We did get cleaned and redone. We got all that. That looks pretty clean. We have this guy and this guy next. And then we have a whole bucket full of stuff to do after that. See that? We have all the calipers and spiders and all good stuff. So I'm gonna work on that tomorrow night because it's gotten a little late. But if you guys, thank you so much for watching and hanging out. If you guys have any suggestions for what you guys want to see, leave a comment. And then next live, if you guys want to like see the bike in frame or something so you know what I'm working on, that would probably be a better idea, just have the bike in frame while I'm working on it. But again, go check out my main channel where you see the long form content, like the anywhere from 20 to an hour and a half long videos. That is what I'm doing right now. This is the behind the scenes. And some of the stuff is kind of old, some of the stuff is kind of new, so you'll get a good mix, but it's all sport bikes. So if you guys like sport bikes, go to my main channel, subscribe, leave a like. It helps me get found and my channel grow. Helps me get deals. If I ever get to a big enough channel, maybe I can get some free WD-40 or free tools, because I have tools breaking on me left and right. And it would be amazing if a tool manufacturer was like, hey, you need some tools? I'd be like, fuck yeah, I do, because my shit's breaking. That would be nice. Anyways, but you guys have a good night. I'll check in with you guys probably tomorrow night, and then we'll get cracking on all this stuff. And it's about a bunch of mundane stuff. It's cleaning and making sure things aren't broken. Like there's like spiders and scorpions, and this thing has been rusted. So I don't know how bad of a rebuild. I don't know if this thing needs pistons or what, but it needs a lot of love. I know that for sure. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. But you guys have a good night. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Again, go check out the main channel. Go watch some of the videos. Like, subscribe, all those videos, all that good stuff. Leave comments. I find that the video really goes up when comments are left and engagement happens. So go leave a comment. We'll have a chat. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Have a good one, guys.